Addiction. According to a Medi Lexicon's dictionary, addiction is a physiological or psychological dependence on a substance or a practice. Addiction, it is of different types, like it can be physical, it can be virtual, it can be anything that will seem harmless to you. Like virtual addiction. Virtual addiction can be anything, like the use of phones, excessive phones, playing video games, social networking sites can be a virtual addiction. And also the things that will look seemingly harmless, like the children, especially for the children, they take coffees, pastries, chocolates, intake of tea, coffee, etc. It can be another type of addiction. Like dependence. Addiction, the people who are addicted, they don't have the control. The self-control is their self-control is not there. They lose their self-control because it started with a habit and now they are not in control. Like in habit, you are in control of your choices, but when you are addicted to something, you are not in control of your choices. Like due to addiction, there are many problems. Many sorts of problems arises. Like when you are addicted to something, you don't understand what is true and what is not, what is false. Just like that, many sorts of problem arises in your school life, in your work life, in your professional life, and all sorts of your social life too. The reasons can be many. The reasons of addiction are, it has lots of reasons. Like actually nobody can get through, like so many reasons can be there, like so emotional, physical, circumstantial, all sorts of reasons can be there. But such addictions, what people think that the person who is addicted to something, the person is not having any kind of a moral value, the person lacks moral value. Means the person is not having any kind of values, good intentions or willpower. That's why the person has got addicted to something. The person is not clear to what he wants. The person who is addicted, he doesn't have the guts, have the determination to control itself, control himself. The person can be anybody. The problem of addiction is faced by every age groups mostly. So the addiction part is that what people think is people don't understand, they don't get it, what is happening to the people. They simply think if the person wants to get out of this problem, he can simply do it. But to get rid of this addiction problem, it's not that easy. It needs something more than willpower and intention. It needs more than this. And according to the researcher, what they think, researcher says that the people, the children, especially the teenagers who are in the age of adolescence, are more prone to get addicted, because at that time their brains are developing. The brain is being modified. They are not able to understand what they are doing it. So actually the thing is, they are going from a transition. They are getting transition from their school level to an atmosphere when they meet so different kinds of people there. So they try to experiment new things. They want to get new things. So in that enjoyment, for the sake of enjoyment, they're trying to do new things, like taking drugs, like smoking, tobacco, and all sorts of things. They do it. The thing is, they don't know, and mostly they think that if they are doing it, they'll be the cool one among the groups. So they do it for their experiment and for enjoyment. They are doing it. And addiction, it always starts with the choice, and this choice, when is not in control, it becomes addiction. So, and it damages your brain, it hampers your brain in such an extent that if you won't have the urge to stop it, you can't stop it yourself. Addiction is a treatable disease. It's a kind of a complex disease. It is affecting all age groups, like from children, from adults, from teenagers, from old people, every age group, it's affecting. Like if you see in case of children, small children, they are very much prone to, nowadays you will see the children are very much interested in watching TVs, cartoons, like we're playing video games, and eating habits are like chocolate, pastries and all sorts of things. They are very much interested. There is such a kind of attraction, like it's a kind of a magnetism, something is attracting them. So children are also prone. And like in case of teenagers, you will see they're very much interested to try out new things. It generally starts with a choice, and more than that, it's the peer pressure that everyone must have faced that peer pressure. If your friend is telling that try this thing, you'll feel good. Okay, my friend is telling that. If I don't take it, my friend will feel bad. So in that pressure, you also do it, but you can't understand when that choice of yours becomes a habit, and habit slowly it becomes a kind of an addiction. And also, if you see the adults to cope up their daily problems, their stress loads, they are taking smoking, they are having alcohol, and sometimes gambling too, a bad practice. So they feel that if they do this, if they get addicted to something, they'll get distracted to something that is giving them a kind of stress. Actually, in addiction, what happens? It has something it interferes with your brain. It interferes with a neurotransmitter in your brain, that is dopamine. It interferes with the brain, and you are not able to do regular functions, like day-to-day functions, like your learning ability is disturbed, your teaching ability, your social life, and even your personal life. It gets hampers like that. So the thing is, it interferes to such extent you can't do anything. So what should we do to it? Like there are so many things that you can do. The first thing you need is that you should need a determination, a willpower, that you have to stop this, because it's a high time. There are so many problems related to it that is occurring because of this addiction. So the thing is, you should have a strong will, determination, and more than that, you should be adventurous. Like that, you should take it as a challenge, that you have to keep yourself aside, that you should stop this addiction that is going to harm you, yourself only, and nobody else. After that, that means if you are getting affected, that means your personal life, your environment, it will also spoil. So it's better that you should get away from this kind of any kind of addiction. Like addiction is what? It's an excess. It's excess of what you do. So like addiction, there are so many methods. Like you can go a center, you can go a rehab where people there will guide you, they'll counsel you, then how you can go away from this, how you can leave this this addiction. You just have to follow the steps. Just follow the steps sincerely. You have to be sincere enough to help yourself only. Like just now I said, environment is very much important. Environment, that you are, the surroundings where you will be there. Like you have to make such a friends, that friends, like they will always support you, that will motivate you to that extent that you are fine with it. Yes, my friend, my family, everybody is supporting me, I have to leave it because it's harming me. So just like that, your environment is must. It's not like that you will make up such friends that like you are going to late night parties, and there also your addiction, that your drugs, if you are taking drugs or alcohol, any kind of thing, that time you are not able to control yourself. That shouldn't be there. Make such friends that will always motivate you. Yes, it's difficult to get it, but you'll get it. You just need to be communicative. You should consult yourself. You should be frank to your friends and your family, so that it helps you. So surrounding is very, very must. And all kinds of medicines are also there that will help you, especially it works as like a anti-nicotine kind of thing, so it will also help you at that time. And of course, it's a very important thing. If you really want to get addicted to something, get addicted to something that is very good, that will help you to prosper in your life. Like get addicted to reading books, get addicted to reading and learning something that will help you. Get addicted to learning, get addicted to a good hobby that will help you, that will help your mind, that will help you to prosper in your life. As I said, addiction, it starts with the habit, it starts with your choice. So it totally depends on you how you are going to see it, because addiction, when it starts with a habit and when it becomes excess, and that time you are not able to control it, your self control is not there on it. So as said, addiction, it has got a negative side, but the thing is we have to take that positive side from it, so that we don't face any kind of problems because of this addiction. Our personal life or social life or professional life is not hampered at all. So it's better to prevent it. As it said, prevention is better strategy to work on. So I'll finish my speech here, and thank you and have a very marvelous day ahead.